Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to the stream of Hearts of Iron 4, where we are playing Kaiserreich with the Union of Britain. In the previous session, we pretty decisively defeated the German Navy. They are down to, wow, less than 50 ships, while we are at almost 300. And we've very definitely taken control of the naval areas. And the war continues to rage. They have declared war on the Netherlands, which is where the British have decided to stand or die, and we are currently fighting here. We have our tanks preparing for an invasion through Belgium to try and link up the French with the Dutch and hopefully get some more French support in that way, although I'm actually seeing quite a few French divisions here now, so the French have decided to commit as well, which is great. But these are still mostly light tanks, so it's going to take some doing to get them through. Also, they are very much under strength at the moment because of a critical shortage of light tanks. Am I still building light tanks? I don't think I am. No, I stopped because we were going to switch to medium tanks, which we are, I believe, in the process of researching. Let me just check that. Or did we just research it? We just researched it. It is this 41 model that we wanted to use. So I think we probably ought to begin working on this. So the first thing I want is armor, and then reliability to counter the armor offsets, and then upgrade the main guns. I think that this works. Although, actually, does your gun add to breakthrough? I'm wondering if I want to increase the engine. Because the other thing that we were thinking of doing was building SPGs instead. I think I'm going to go with the SPG. Your breakthrough is only 3. Your breakthrough is 51. Alright, that's a bit of a difference. That's more of a difference than I was expecting. So the regular medium tank is definitely the more heavily armoured, 80 armour against 50. There's also the one with the more breakthrough, so we're gonna need a mixture of both. SPGs are also more expensive. Same production cost. SPGs use a lot less fuel. Oh, now that's interesting. Decisions. Congrats on the second place in Imperator. Sorry, I missed it. I was asleep. Thank you very much, Dana. I appreciate that. And yeah, no, I wasn't second. I won it. I was first place. Second place overall. I got gold in Imperator. Yeah, second place overall. Because of the win in Imperator. That's what tipped me over. I went from last to second. Yeah, we're going to go SPGs. The reason we're going to go SPGs is because I just remembered what my plan was, and that was to use soft attack to shatter their strength rather than straight out damage. So we're going to up the artillery armament here to get as much damage output as we possibly can. Then we'll start beefing up the armor a little. Do something along those lines. Yeah, this is what we were talking about. So that soft attack is now 57. And then we are going to make you obsolete, and we're going to start building some of these. Huzzah! Aircraft are still super duper important, so I think what we're going to do is this. And then as we get more factories, we can start pumping out the SPG tanks. Okay, then next up we need to get some more aluminium, so that we can actually get those fighters built. And this should be good. Fort Miner, thank you very much for the 8-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Thank you. 8 months. Wow, how are you doing today? I'm doing very well. I'm pleased that I kind of turned things over a bit in the Imperator game. Prussian Prince stole that EU4 victory from us. I'm a little annoyed that I didn't come first, but it was so close that I feel like I vindicated myself. The one I'm most annoyed about is Crusader Kings. Because Crusader Kings, I feel like I could have done a lot better, but I died in the first 15 minutes, and once that happens, it's game over. How big should we make our tanks' guns? Yes. Well, I did say that the British Ground Army was basically, how can we strap battleship guns to a tank and transport it over land? Might go and watch the Imperator VOD. Apparently it was really good. I mean to watch it later myself. Apparently it was really, really good. Like, it is probably the most aggressive I've ever played a game. It paid off. I think my strategy was, I'm not going to say perfect, but it was certainly there. Okay, you want to lend lease me a lot of stuff. Ooh, equipment too. Ooh, thank you, Italy. That's going to take the majority of my convoys, but I am okay with this. Because what I can do is I can start building some more convoys. Then the next question is, how are my recons doing for getting their advanced cruisers in? They're still being built, it's fine. Okay. Yes, sir. So the main thing is you lot being trained and the light tanks being added to our units. Although we are never going to make up that deficit, ever. So I think part of it's going to depend how quickly we can get the SPGs out. Second question. Do we need as many SPGs in a unit? I have a feeling we don't. So if we went medium tanks, we need 50. If we went SPGs, we only need 36. So yeah, they're actually a hell of a lot cheaper production-wise. Okay, good to know. Has the dreaded Entente fleet been routed yet? I think mostly, yeah. I mean, the Entente's been almost no danger to me. Like, the first decisive battle we had with them, we sank basically most of their capital ships. Germany was a lot more dangerous because we sank their screens, but not the capitals. But since then, we've been sinking the capitals because they were stupidly sailing them without screens, which I think is a mistake players wouldn't make, so that's definitely one thing that's been in our favour.
Ready.
Oh, do I want to add you lot to the army and just start you moving in? No, I think that would be a mistake. We do need you trained.
Orders.
So with that in mind, I think I am going to remove one of the tanks, which should save us half. Alright, let's remove another. Because we do actually want these to be at full strength, or near enough. So having this is not helping matters, and we could actually replace them with motorized. Or hell, we could even replace them with mechanized. Ultimately, you want medium tanks with mechanized because they move the same speed. How many would this require? We have 1,000 already? Good grief. Oh, hell yeah, we're doing this. And then we can basically start replacing the motorized with the mechanized. Yeah, this is what we're doing. Because then we keep the combat width. Sweetness.
Yes, sir.
And now you lot are probably going to need training as well. And this also gets us a very slight surplus of light tanks, which I'm fine with. Okay, that was radar done. So let's expand the air union so that we get more building slots. Our program of aerodrome enlargement was of great benefit to the expansion of the Republican Air Force, but proved to be a substantial administrative burden. With the Air Force now well established, the air union program can be expanded. Hey, Wilhelm. Oh, and Wilhelm, thank you very much for all of the bits and things you were giving me during the last stream. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to properly acknowledge it at the time, but I do very much appreciate that support. And that goes for everyone that's been, like, donating and things. You guys are amazing. You really are. This is the best month I've ever had, full stop, on Twitch. I think I've made 5 times more this month than I have on YouTube, which is also kind of a testament of how bad YouTube is, but hey. Credit where it's due. You guys have done that. T.H. Lawrence has asked permission to be airdropped behind German lines and rendezvous with the syndicalist leaders in the Rhine and Saarland regions of Germany to raise raiding parties and potentially a revolt. Yeah, do it. Finally destroyed the HRE today, and EU4 was playing Brandenburg into Prussia and used the League War to capture all of the other elected capitals. It felt good. You mean you didn't do it in the first hour? And you guys are still developing. You're waiting for infantry equipment. We still short on that? We are apparently still short on that. Interesting. Well, I guess it's because we are constantly under attack up here. Oh, Utrecht is about to fall again. We do have reinforcements on the way in, but they're not going to be very strong. Although we do have a full strength unit here now. They are attacking us with 25 divisions in complete air superiority. And actually, speaking of air superiority, how are we doing for fighters? Are we actually building up any now? You're still doing Southern England. You're standing by. So we are just building as many of those as we can.
Ready to move. Move out.
Careful that we don't get pushed back from here either. If they get across into North Holland, then that's going to be very, very bad. Okay. I'm going to do the thing. No surrender! No retreat!
Yes, sir. Move out.
At least until reinforcements can arrive. Okay, so we're actually winning against these guys now, which is good. Unfortunately, it's still their general who's getting the experience. Are you getting any? Icon's not getting any. Because this is all just the Dutch generals getting the experience now. That's really frustrating. Because it basically means that we need to bring Briggs back. Because Briggs actually gets experience. Alicia Brown. Oh, we get female generals now. She's new. That must have happened when we got the female pilots too. Huh, cool. I like that. Very good logistics. And you are an infantry officer, which is precisely what we're fighting with here. You would actually be better than Sutherland. You're a higher level. In that case, Felicia, it's your time to shine. See what you can do. And she's immediately taking charge. It's like, put me in, Chief. I got this. And she does indeed got this. Which also means that she's going to be gaining experience. Unlike Aitken. Okay, so this northern front we are winning fairly easily. This southern front... Ooh. We have heavy tanks and medium tanks coming in. Yeah, I think that we do need to start rolling some AT into our divisions. Which is something I was hoping to avoid. And AA. In fact, I think we also need to start converting some more of our factories to militaries. There we are. Advanced artillery. Okay, so you are going to research AT. You are going to research AA.
Yes, sir.
Send in another unit into Utrecht. So those units that we're holding have taken a tremendous amount of damage. But we are out of the defensive moment now. That also cost me a boatload of command power, apparently.
Ready to move.
Send in some more. Meanwhile... okay, that's one problem. I was like, why is there a space right here? That shouldn't be like that. But no, it's fine. How are the tanks training doing?
All in.
You all ready?
Ready.
You guys are still training. It's fine. Is it possible to develop such good anti-air that you can use it in the same way that the Germans used the 88s in the Second World War? Yes, absolutely. Hawker Typhoons, that's my close air support upgrade. So let's get the naval bombers, so we can actually get the naval bomber planes going up. And in fact, I think I might just stop building regular naval bombers. Or have I done that already? I haven't. You need to change to the Typhoon. Typhoons are amazing planes in Ruse. So strong. Like one of the best things about playing the British in Ruse. Maybe I do want to continue building those. We now have 500 Baffin, so I think we're going to cancel you. We're going to cancel the Sea Spitfires for now. How are we doing for motorized? We still have 10,000 motorized, so I think I'm just going to stop building those as well. Freeing us up a bunch of factories, which can then go into other things. And we are apparently needing some tungsten, which we can get from the Iberians. I'm going to hold off that for a moment. And we in fact have more slots, which I think I'm going to put onto more air power. At least until we get the efficiency of our tank production going. And apparently that requires a bunch more aluminium. Oh, hello, France. I really don't understand how anti-air works in this game. Me either. The only difference I know is anti-air, which is put into a unit, so a support company or an line company, will shoot at close air support that are attacking them, and will shoot at planes doing air superiority missions, possibly interceptor missions? I don't think so. I think it's just air superiority and close ground support. Then the state-built AA, i.e. the ones that you build here, these reduce the amount of damage you take from AA, from air attacks at all. So the amount of air superiority being used against you, that's reduced. And they reduce the amount of damage you take to your infrastructure, buildings, and that type of thing. They do not, however, shoot at combat planes. They do shout at bombers. So they'll shoot at tactical bombers and strategic bombers who are strategic bombing, but they will not shoot at close air supports which are doing close air support missions, if that makes sense. And I think they might shoot at port strikes as well. Yeah, they do shoot at port strikes. So anti-air is somewhat limited. Oh, the other thing that anti-air does in units is it reduces the air superiority impact. So one of the reasons we're struggling so much is because of the enemy air superiority, which is reducing our effectiveness by 34%. If you had AA units in your division templates, then that percentage is reduced. I think I'm going to build a couple more convoys. Ooh. Germans, I think, are just basically giving up with the navies. They're just not getting anywhere near us. And we are actually winning this fight at last. Alicia's doing the job.
Go, go, go!
Are you gaining experience? Doesn't it? Yeah, you are. 1%. Alright, so if I go to Aachen real quick. Oh, you were gaining some. Okay. He just wasn't displaying it, apparently. And also really slowly. That's fine. Felicia's infantry expert. That's her gig. It's what she does. Should you ever use line AA or just support AA? That's more difficult because I almost never even use support, let alone a line. I guess if you have more trouble with enemy air forces, then what you could do is... I can't show you from here. It has to be in the infantry division. what you could do is have an artillery piece, which is a combat width of 3, and then either an anti-air or an AT, which is only 1. So if you wanted to mix it up a little bit, that's how you would do it. You could also do 1 AA and 1 AT in exchange for 1 unit of infantry, if you wanted a little bit of extra firepower. Because AA is enough to pierce light tank armor, usually, and almost certainly motorized. Might struggle against mechanized, especially later mechanized.
Ready to move. Orders. Listen up.
You keep flip-flopping between whether you're trained or not. It's annoying. Also, I need to turn the music down a little bit. This is kind of getting quite loud. I feel kind of conflicted on trusting a general that is on a world-ending war and still has such a wide smile. But he's smiling at, lady. The bodies of your fallen soldiers. She's smiling at exactly the same people as Kong Rong smiles at. I mean, that is a Kong Rong smile right there. Absolutely. In the fashion of it's all Kong Rong. We sank another carrier. Damn it, Germany, stop throwing capital ships at me. It's not worth it. Oof, 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 oof.
Listen up.
Get in there. Get in there. You two, get in there.
Move out. Move out.
No, not that way. That way.
Listen up.
Yeah, apparently Arabia was just killed, I suspect by the Ottomans. I do believe that the Middle East is still engulfed in war. Yikes. 6. Is France just not fighting? No, they're here. Why is this suddenly so close? Oh no, it's back up to 8. Observer Corps. While London was terrorised throughout the Welsh Creek by German airships, relatively little damage was done by these raids. Since then, however, the range and payload of aircraft has increased greatly. To counter the threat, we should develop a volunteer organisation which looks vigilantly for enemy planes to forewarn our interceptor and anti-aircraft teams, or we could just use radar. Just right, the other thing that I was thinking of doing... I'm guessing this is all the Holland node, it is. So we're going to go to the Dutch, we're going to request construction from them, and we're going to build you AA. And we'll do it with 15 factories. And off we go. We still have 12 doing the conversions, which is fine. You're on your way in. So you're on your way out. Alright, I'm going to reduce this line so you're not trying to defend that Rotterdam area. Because there's a huge army of Frenchmen there. So I just don't see Rotterdam being under threat, unlike these two, where we seem to be doing all the fighting. Bamboozle Ballet, thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very good of you. Oh, the pressure's off. Went up by 2 whole points. I guess I can take my mind off of that threat now. Well, it's the little things, you know. Happy Pride. Is it Pride today? It always seems to be Pride days of some kind. I don't know when they are. Sinking convoys, which is great. Sinking more convoys, which is even more great. And submarines. What level? Pre-Weltkrieg and pre-Weltkrieg. Oh, it's the last day of Twitch's Pride emote thing. Cool. Getcha. No! There's 2 Dutch soldiers here. Why am I the only one fighting? I'm not mad, right? Okay, you are fighting. Alright, we're cool. Good. There. Need to help out. Oh crap, I don't think we can make this. I think we're about to lose the Netherlands here. When do you arrive? 20 hours. Yeah, I have a really bad day on this. Bad feeling about this. There it goes. Oh, no, we got in. Boom. Hold. No, didn't hold. 3 hours. 2, 1. Boom. Okay, you should be able to hold until these guys arrive. Although you are losing a lot of strength very quickly. Meanwhile, tanks, training, how's that going? Almost. Now we're down to 12 here. Okay, so I think once again I do need to change this. So we're guarding just those. So if we lose the Hague, that would be very bad. But I think the French have got that stuff under control.
Attention! Move out! Move out! Ready to move!
Mass motorization. So now we can get mechanized offensive, which gives us plus 15 organization for the mechanized units, which is going to be pretty awesome. Anyone send me more lend-lease for artillery? I will accept that gratefully. And our our infantry equipment deficit is definitely going down now, which is great.
Ready! Guns!
570 defense. Yeah, it's just the air superiority that's causing me the problems. How's my airplane production coming? We're down to minus 70, which is actually very good because it means that this unit is now up to 340. How much aircraft is in the Netherlands? I dread to ask. 1,600, so we probably want to get 1,000-ish aircraft into the fray before we can start adding our own. Oh, you know what else I could do? I can park you in here, and we'll see if we get a shore bombardment bonus. Like, this is a bit dangerous, putting completely undefended dreadnoughts on their own. But the advantage to this is, one, they're old, so they're a little bit expendable. And two, this should give us shore bombardment, I think.
Ready, sir!
Oh, we just sank some Indian ships. Showing off of my shores. Plus, of course, we have really good naval superiority. Ooh, 90. Those are Dutch East Indies again.